There are two more items on the menu above, and they are this cloud with an arrow pointing downward. This represents download. And then there is the question mark with a circle around it. So this actually is a link that will open up a quick start page on jesociety.org, and it will have helpful videos, these tutorial videos, and some other information to kind of quickly help you get up to speed and get started using JE Viewer on your Windows machine. What we're going to look at right now is this download from the cloud button, this cloud download button. So let's look at our instructions down here at the bottom. Let me read them one more time. It's just some basic typing instructions and some things to get you started. Delete or backspace and type some notes here. Press F2 and load some prepared notes, or delete and type the number of a map, 1, 34, 56, etc., or type 0 to return to these instructions. But next, click the cloud icon and download from an online depository. So you can actually download a map into this program, into JE Viewer, that is not on your computer. It will access an online repository on jesociety.org, and it will download a map if you know the number of it, which the numbers will be posted on the website, but it'll download it into JE Viewer. It will not put it on your computer. It will not put it in one of your folders, but it will connect with the web and download a file into the program proper itself. And then when you close the program, you no longer have access to it, the file, but if you're a subscriber to the Visual Edwards library and you have this on your computer, then you can, type in whatever number, and if it's available, it will download it into the program, and then you can manipulate it and use it and make snapshots and animations and little movies or whatever you want to do. So let me show you how that works. So first thing we need to do is delete this text at the bottom. So click delete, and let's just say, oh, I want to download map number 2. For instance, I've read about map number 2 on jesociety.org and on a blog post, and it has just what I'm looking for. So I want to get that. I don't have it on my computer, but I know that I can, since I'm a subscriber to the Visual Edwards library, I have access to it. So let me type number 2 right there, and now I'm going to click the cloud, download from the cloud, and it says loading, and that message will stay there until the map loads. It's downloading it right now. A bigger map will take a long time, not a long time, but a few seconds. Smaller maps, but here we go. So let's look at this. Now you can obviously see it kind of looks like a partial map, so it's a segment of a larger map. So, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment, but let's just zoom in and see what we got here. Okay, common, uncommon, I'll just give you a clue what this is about. This is part of a visualization, a segment of a visualization where Edwards is referring to common and uncommon frames of mind. So we've got a partial map here, and it's a part of a series. So it's not the whole thing, but let's say that there's several more parts to this series, and we want to look at some other subsets. So again, we know, and I'm just saying that there is a part 1 to this. So let me delete this text, and also you'll notice down here before I load up the next one, whenever you load up a map 2, and it brings this up, it will also bring up a description of the map. So you'll have some starter text here. You don't have to go and come up with something or your own description or load something that you have prepared earlier, like we had, I demonstrated in earlier videos. No, this is when the map loads, the description loads. And so when it's drawing it from the online repository. So let's look at map 1. I'm going to type 1, and I'm going to click download. And map 2 disappears, but you can see that the map 1 appears. And so in this area right here, map 2 was over here, and they were connecting and touching right in here. And so map 2 is gone, but map 1 picked up where map 2 left off. So we can just zoom in and take a look at what we're looking at here. And I think this is frame. So the first one was common and uncommon, and this is frame. And then there's a third part of this series which has to do with mind. So it's an uncommon frame of mind. What Edwards, when he refers to that in his writings, the common and uncommon frames of mind. Let's go back to map 2. And you can see how this disappears and how map 2 kind of picks up where map 1 leaves off. So the positions of the maps are the same, but it's like kind of transparencies overlaying each other or taking one apart and just looking at segments. So anyway, these are all part of one large visualization that is conveniently broken down. So, but yes, this is part of the Visual Edwards library, and that will be available for soon on a subscription basis.